Hi everyone, welcome to my channel, and in case you're new here, I'm Joanna. Today's video is going to be a thrift with me, and at the end of this video, I will have the haul. So we went to two Goodwills on this day. We went to one Goodwill that's about an hour from where we live and another Goodwill about 2 hours from where we live. And the reason for this little thrifting trip was because I had a doctor's appointment, and this is the only time that we go to Goodwills is when we have any special dentist or doctor's appointments that are out of town. And so we decided to go to one before and one after the appointment. This Goodwill here, we've actually been to this one maybe 5 times or so, but the next Goodwill we're going to would be my very first time ever going. So I didn't really find a whole lot, but I did find more than I usually find. I just feel like the Goodwill is very overpriced, and if you're going to resell something, it's not really worth always the time or the money. Usually we do get quite a few clothes from this Goodwill, but on this day we didn't. So of course I'll show you what I did come home with at the end of this video. I was a little disappointed because one thing that I had my eyes open for was some Christmas decorations or vintage Christmas decor, and I just did not find anything that I liked, and actually there was not much put out. So after I figured out that there was no Christmas decorations, I just looked around. I usually go to the kitchen items first and the home decor first, and that's what I get most excited about. I love finding vintage plates and cups of all different colors and styles. There are these beautiful little Currier and Ives blue and white dishes, and then there's a set of Christmas dishes right behind that. But I don't really like to have extra Christmas dishes. I just feel like it's a lot to store away, but that was a cute little option. This basket was very unique. I was thinking it would be really cool to hang on a door with some dried florals. This little brass dish was, I thought, beautiful. I did bring this home with me. I just thought it was absolutely stunning. Here's another brass bowl or brass dish, but I left that there. It was $7.48 for that one. And I did see 2 or 3 of these give us our daily bread pans today. Next up was the wood section, and I was a little disappointed that there was nothing vintage besides that magazine holder. Everything was pretty much just from Hobby Lobby or Walmart, places like that. There was this little shelf here. I'm not really sure what it was for, maybe spices or something. It was pretty heavy duty, but I don't think very old, so I left that behind. And then I looked at the pots and the vases. I liked the shape of this one, but it just wasn't very unique. It didn't have character, so I left that behind. I saw several milk glass pieces today, and sometimes there are mini milk glass, and other times you don't see any milk glass. And sometimes they're $1, and sometimes they're $8, so you just never know. This basket I thought was very pretty and unique. And here was a candle holder. It was just a wooden one. I think that would be easily painted, but I left that behind. There was just one. Here's a beautiful cup. There was just one. I left that behind as well, but I think that actually matches my cup set that I have in my kitchen. And then I got excited about this jar, but this is just like a jar that I had thrifted before. It has Mr. Peanut on top. So during my thrift haul at the end, I'm going to do something new. I'm going to hold the objects in front of the camera so you guys can get good lighting and a good close-up. Let me know how that looks for you guys, if that works well, or if you rather me face the camera and hold the objects. When I watch other people's thrift hauls, I'm fine with anything. I'm happy that they're sharing their items, but I just want to know what you guys think looks better and what you can see better. Behind this yellow bathtub, there was a sweet little glass vase. I left that behind, but I thought it was so cute and simple. And here's a Currier and Ives tray. Maybe it's a TV tray. I didn't like the bright colors of that, so I left that. And then I thought my daughter might like this little jewelry box, just an oval or circular little porcelain with a hand-painted blue flowers on it. I thought it was so pretty, but I forgot to ask her if she wanted that. And then I went through the linens because I have been on a linen hunt lately for all types of things. Curtains for certain rooms and table runners. And then I've also been looking for vintage hot pads and trivets and things like that. So I did go through all of the linens quite thoroughly. Another thing I noticed about this Goodwill was that last time I was there, it seemed like everything was $5 and $7 something. Almost everything I picked up was $7. And today it seems like everything I was picking up was $2.86 or $4.79. So I just think that's funny. Maybe it's just the things that I'm drawn to, but really it just seems like maybe they price things that the way they want to. I'm not sure if there's like a set category price. Like I said before, I'm not very familiar with Goodwill. We rarely go, but I think it's funny how the prices kind of shoot up or shoot down. I quickly went through the Christmas stockings and Christmas linens, but everything was just brand new, or this one was kind of cute, but I left that behind. Other than that, there was nothing vintage. And for some reason, I got my hopes up that this was going to be a beautiful pillow. I don't know why, but I turned it over and it was way too bright for me. So I just picked it up and put it back. Nothing good in the pillow section. I mean, I'm not really expecting to find a beautiful needlepoint or anything vintage. I always get my hopes up. This basket right here was a Longenberger basket. They wanted $18 for it, $18.51. I think that's probably, I could resell that in my booth because they are worth money. And I really liked the color and the shape of it, but for $18, I just left it behind because I don't know for sure and certain if it would sell. Nothing really stood out to me in the lamp section. They only had about 5 lamps. And this little gadget right here, I don't know if you guys know what that was. I had no idea. This lamp I thought was adorable, a little brass duck, but they wanted $12 for it, and I'm sure that was worth it, but I left that behind also. I liked this rose vase. For some reason, I went back to the vases. Oh, it's because my daughter was looking for a vase, and we did bring one home. And then I went through the candlesticks and candle area, but nothing really caught my eye. I liked this little amber jar. It looks a lot like the clear ones I have, but it was, this dark brown. And then here are the matching cups to those plates that I saw earlier, I believe, but they wanted $2.86 for each cup. And then I've been on the hunt for some mugs. I really wanted some vintage Christmas mugs with trees on it or something, but I did not see anything. I like these little cups right here. These remind me of my grandma. But other than that, there was a few cute kind of like cottagey style mugs and small sets, but nothing that really, really stood out to me. If you guys think that I missed something, something that looks really pretty or important that you guys are drawn to, just comment below and let me know what I missed. We're all drawn to different styles and different colors, so it's always interesting to see what other people like. I try to get a variety of things for my booth, like farmhouse and cottage and vintage, just a different, as many things as I can afford, or things that catch my eye. So it's a little challenging looking at things that's kind of outside my box, but it is very, very fun. I thoroughly enjoy it. Okay, guys, this is the second Goodwill and the second place of the day that we went to. And I was very overwhelmed, but very excited to get in and start digging. That overview shot right there was just half of the store. And I'm sure many of you live in an area where you have Goodwills or big Goodwills. I don't know, but this was my first time in a big Goodwill. And I've seen some ladies on YouTube that go shopping and they talk about when they're shopping, they just bring cart after cart after cart out. And that's what was going on here. So I'm glad that I was somewhat familiar with the process because it was very overwhelming and people were very much in your face and in your space. So I kind of had to just focus on the items and not the people, but my daughter and I really did enjoy it. I put those 2 pillows in my cart for a while. I liked the simplicity, the colors, and the texture, but I did end up putting them back. I just thought that if I'm not 100% happy with them, I'd just rather leave them there. I did love this chair for $15. It could be reupholstered, but I love the color of the wood and the style of it. I couldn't believe how it was so sturdy and so beautiful for $15. These jars here I thought were absolutely stunning. I did pick them up and they weren't vintage, but I should have brought them home for my mother-in-law. I said before that I thrifted her a couple for her kitchen. And I think I was just so overwhelmed that I didn't think straight, so I left them there. But I had so much fun looking through all of the dishes, and there really wasn't that much of a vintage style, but still there was just so much to look at. So I just spent most of the time in this area. So what about you guys? Does any of my YouTube audience like to go thrifting? And if you do like thrifting, what are the items that you go to first and what makes you most excited? Do you guys mainly go to clothes, shoes, or kitchen items? Just let me know down in the comments. These plates and bowls down here at the bottom with the kind of sharp edges I thought were really pretty and simple and very heavy duty. And here are some, I believe, Currier and Ives pictures. I left those behind. I can't remember how much they wanted for them. Man, if any of you guys are familiar with these big Goodwills, you're probably bored watching this video, but I was having so much fun. It was so exciting to see all of these items, and I found a piece of ironstone for $4.79. And of course, I have to look at more mugs, and there was quite a few pretty little teacups. I thought this candle holder here on the top shelf was really pretty, very unique. I think it was almost $8 and made in Italy, I believe. And I finally found some Christmas cups, but I did leave them behind. Usually I want simple, but for some reason I was wanting something with more color. And now is the thrift haul. Okay, this is the next day after going to Goodwill, and I thought I would record my thrift haul this way just because I feel like the morning light is really pretty. So the first thing I picked up was this brass bowl, and I think it's absolutely stunning. It's pretty heavy. I paid $2.86, and this is the first Goodwill I went to. I got it for my booth, but now I'm thinking like I might decorate with it for a while. I don't really want to put anything inside of it like a candle or anything because it's so beautiful as it is. So I will play around with it and see. If not, I will just resell it later. Item number 2 is this sweet little glass vase. It's smaller than my hand. I just thought it was really cute and simple, easy to layer with other pieces. and I paid $2.86. This item right here, I'm super excited about. It is extremely heavy coffee mug. I paid $2.86 for this. I don't think there's any markings. I left all the tags on so I can remember the prices. So I haven't washed anything, but it's a very sturdy, thick, heavy mug. And I really like this a lot. Next is this little amber jar. I haven't looked up anything about this. It looks old to me. I paid $2.86 for this. I don't think there's any markings on the bottom. It needs to be washed. But I thought this would be pretty for decoration, especially in the fall. This is my most favorite item because I'm always on the lookout for baskets, and I saw this at the end of the aisle. I don't even think I recorded it because I saw it and I ran over to it. I love this shape. I love the color. I haven't found a nice basket for a while, so I was very excited to find this. I did pay $7.48, which I think, you know, for thrifting is kind of high, but I think for Goodwill, that's probably a pretty good price, and I just really, really loved it. Another basket I got is this circle basket. I really like the detail right here. I like the color. It's a nice size. Nothing special. It just says made in China. I paid $4.79 for it. But I thought this would be pretty, stacking plates inside of it, or maybe one plate and using it as serving some cookies or food, or maybe put a plant in it. I don't know, but I'm gonna try many things with this. It'd even be pretty hanging on the wall. I got this milk glass vase. I liked the detail, just different from what I already have. In the spring, I love to display the milk glass that I have and use them for flowers. And I paid $2.86 for this, but it's a really heavy duty one. I've never felt one with a lot of weight to it. My daughter thrifted this amber colored flower vase. It's pretty large and it's very heavy, and I thought this would be really pretty in the fall, but in her room it would match her amber accents very well. We paid $7.48, which I think is kind of pricey, because if you guys watch my other videos, you know that I'm used to paying $5 for a whole box of stuff, or 25 cents or $1 for things. But we never go to the Goodwill, and she really liked it, so we went ahead and got this for her flowers. This, I think I overpaid for it. It was $2.86, and it's just a large click top jar, and it's nothing special, nothing new. But I was really wanting a jar for my cinnamon and sugar, and I've been trying to find something more with a shaker top, and I looked and I looked and I looked. I couldn't find anything, so I'm just going to use this for a while. It's a pretty nice size one. It's, you know, bigger than my hand, so I just went ahead and grabbed that for now. I can always use it for tea leaves or something else later. Okay, next up I got these bowls. I thought that I picked up 6, but there's only 5, and I have a couple more in my booth. I believe one sold and the other one's still there. So I'm going to go ahead and add these to that one that's in my booth. and I paid $1.34 each. But I think they're pretty, they're heavy duty. And let's see what the tag says. I feel like they're the false graft. Pearl. I cannot really tell what that says. Pearl false graft or false? I cannot see that. If anyone recognizes this, they can let me know down in the comments what this is. And then I thought that this salt and pepper shaker went with them. They were there at the same time. There's the marking, but I cannot tell what that says. But I thought that these were really pretty and large too. You wouldn't have to fill them up often. And it has some crazing. So I'm going to resell these in my booth. I paid $4.99 for this set. At the next Goodwill that we went to, I did not get much. It was a giant Goodwill. I think it was giant anyway. My daughter mainly got some clothes, but I'll show you what I got. Another one of these jars. I paid $3.02, and it says made in Italy. And I have another one that's made in Italy, and they're just super, super durable and heavy. I really, really like the quality of these. And then I got these cute blue band salt and pepper shakers. I paid $3.02. It's very simple, very cute, very farmhouse. The last thing I got is a piece of ironstone, and I have the plate set that goes to this, but I'm not sure if I'll keep this or not. I mean, I could use it for serving for Thanksgiving, but I paid $4.79. So Johnson Brothers, made in England, ironstone, and I don't know what the 1C1 means, but it's just a very simple bowl. Okay, I have one more thing to show you guys, and it's nothing like exciting or anything, but I just want to say a quick thank you for watching, and let me know down in the comments what your favorite item was today. But here's the last thing, and it's just a tiny little strainer, a tiny little colander. I paid $1.68, and the reason I got this is because I was thinking about when I see tiny little kitchen items to go ahead and start collecting it. So when the baby is, you know, 2-3 years old, that she would have a whole little kitchen set to play with. So that was my idea for this. And I'm gonna keep my eyes open for more miniature, small kitchen things, kitchen utensils. All right, that's all. Thank you guys.